there anybody out there that loves Jesus? Like I asked y'all if y'all love me. I know you love me. I said, is anybody out there love Jesus? Listen, really quickly, as I said, we're from Mount Zion. I have 3 students up here. I have Tyree. I have Alexis. Alexis should be at home. She attends Greensboro College, and she had an accident. They were cutting down trees, and a piece of wood cut her cornea. But better yet, she's still here to give God the glory. And we have Montana. He goes to Dudley. Montana goes to GTCC Middle College. So listen, I just want to ask them a couple of quick questions. Montana, tell me when, Montana's a minister, so tell me when you got called, when you know, how was your life like before Christ, and how did you know you were called into the ministry?
You know, as I was little, you know, I always felt that I was called, but, you know, when I started getting in school and started growing in my age, I hid from it because I was ashamed. But what I realized when I looked in Jonah, I encourage you to read that, he ran from what God was telling him to do. And so I knew I was called when I knew I couldn't hide from my gift and I could not hide from God. And I knew I was called when I saw my peers needed me.
Amen. So, Alexis, you struggled in life. Just your testimony, you struggled with depression, you struggled with suicide. Tell us about your walk. Tell us why you struggled and how God brought you out of that depression or suicidal stage.
Well, I struggled with depression due to the fact of the ways of life. When you just weighs you down, you just kind of get just confused. You don't know how to handle it. And so you think, oh my gosh, how am I going to get through this? But I knew that it was time for me to let that go when I started to enjoy the simple things in life. I started to embrace who God really had called me to be. And I started to decide, today I'll live for me. I'll live for God, and I'll live for whatever purpose He has for me, because that's what I'm willing to do for Him.
Tyree, give us your testimony about what was your life like before Christ. Tell them what your life like was before Christ, what you believe in.
All right. So I haven't always been Christian. Before I became Christian, I was Muslim, and I got converted to Christianity after my parents got separated after they went through everything. And so when I became Christian, it was like everything changed. Like my grades went up, and like life just became great because I had God in my life, and I knew that Jesus was my Savior.
What decided? Yeah, let's give. I think we should talk for that. We converted from Muslim to Christianity. But Tyree, what about Christ? What did you learn about Christ? What experience? Like, when did you convert, and what made you convert? What was it?
Okay, so I came to Bible study. I came to Bible studies one night, and I was thinking in my head, like, this is a lot better than being Muslim. So I went to church on Sunday, and we came on second Sunday, and they was baptizing people. And our head pastor was like, is there anybody else out there that want to get baptized? And something in my head was like, go up there. So I went up there, I got baptized, and it was in March. And ever since then, I've never regretted the day.
Amen. Let's give God a hand. Listen, so standing before you, young people of all ages, just people who walk in Christ. Standing before you is a young minister who got called, a young lady who tried to commit suicide, who God said, no, I have more in store for you, and a young man who converted from Muslim to Christianity. I think we should give God some glory for those testimonies. Thank you so much. Hey, listen, can y'all give, anybody watch Fox 8? Anybody watch Fox 8? So anybody knows sportcaster Danny Hardin? Can we give it up for Danny Hardin and bring him up? So listen, Danny, real quick. Let me get this mic. I can for you here.
Check.
It's on. You ready? Cool. All right. So listen, just real quick. Tell me.
Do it?
Yeah. I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions. I'm kind of like, the host right now. Okay.
Weird being on the other side of questions.
Yeah. So listen, what is it about Christ? When did you come to know Christ?
Here's my FCA story. I was raised in Northern Virginia, went to Mount Vernon High School, and I went out to college to Arizona State, knew one person, went 2,500 miles away from home to go to college. I knew one person out there as my brother. So I'm at Arizona State. It's about a month before, or about a week before school starts, and this guy comes up to me in my dorm and said, "Hey, Danny, Arizona State's having walk-on tryouts for baseball. You want to try out with me?" And I'm like, "Dude, they just won the national championship the year before. I batted .223 my senior year of high school. Come on, I ain't gonna try out." He goes, "No, it'll be fun. Let's just try out." Long story short, at Arizona State, again, they just won the national championship the year before. I stink. I batted .223 my senior year of high school. 300 guys try out, and 2 guys made it. A guy named Jeff and me. You know, it's a wow because God does interesting miracles. This was one of the miracles I look back on, and he made me play over my head. I'm not that good, but he made me play over my head that I made the Arizona State varsity team for the fall at least. So we're playing every day in the fall, and I'm playing shortstop. And again, all these other high school All-Americans out there, they have no idea that I batted .223 in high school, and I'm not that good, but I'm faking it. I'm just faking it. I'm out there at shortstop. I look over my shoulder out there in left field is a guy named Barry Bonds. It's his freshman year. And a guy named Oda B. McDowell in center field. He played 10 years in the majors. And again,